We are live from Greencastle Antrim High School here in Greencastle, Pennsylvania for the first game of the day as Broad Axe in the blue takes on Ruckus in the orange. Kevin Clancy, a quarterback for Broad Axe, fresh off his second place finish in the A bracket last week in Ocean City. Fires it up, complete. Still going. Got it, touchdown Broad Axe. And Broad Axe with a touchdown to gain an early 6-0 lead. And I heard 2. So Broad Axe going for 8-0 early on, trying to get as many points as they can. Can't fault them for that one. Joey Blaze here in Greencastle for the first 5 games today. A very rainy day out here right in Greencastle right now. Rain's supposed to last all throughout the rest of the day. Hopefully we'll see a slowdown at least. We'll try to be on the field if possible. So 2-point conversion coming up. Snap. Throws it up. Intercepted. They can get 2 here. And the flag gets pulled. So no extra point for Broad Axe, or no 2-point conversion for either side rather. As Ruckus takes the field. And I'll update the scoreboard. And Ruckus coming out now. So they got company in the booth. Brian Swagger joining me. Snap. Quick across. And that's Dustin with the reception and a penalty flag coming out. That'd be a hold. Yes, a hold on Broad Axe. Brian, you're supposed to play program in about an hour and a half from now. You guys look very well good at week 1. What do you think?
We lost.
You lost, but a much better Railroaders team than I had seen in a long time from you guys.
We ain't come out
on
here,
flag at
we're
least.
not coming out here to play close games.
Coming out for victories?
Yes.
That's the best attitude to have, sir.
Brian looks like an old lady with that bag over his head.
More like Brianna, not Brian. Don't tell him I said that.
I see Brandon Michael.
Snap, Renner going to his right side. Renner taking off. This is what he does best. The improvisation on Stephen Renner's part. One of the better improvisers at quarterback in the league. His running skill really stands out, which allows the passing game to open up.
The only thing missing is the mud. I'm not a big fan of this fake turf.
Yeah, but if there was mud, we wouldn't be playing today. I went by Marty Snook Park yesterday. The grass was very, very tall. Right for a football game eventually. Play action. Throws down to the sideline. Mitchell not there. Incomplete. Thankfully, we're up here in turf today. There's no rainouts, unlike other leagues. Maffel and Owings Mills both rained out due to the weather. So we are the only game in town today. Well, literally for everywhere, to be honest.
You've been busy this weekend, Joey?
Yeah, Keystone yesterday. I covered 2 games. It was the Gators victorious over the Browns, 18-12 in double overtime. And the X-Dogs took their first loss in Keystone, 14-7 to the Immortals.
Sean Motzi with a big interception.
Snap, Renner going to throw to Mitchell again. And Mitchell and Renner starting to get a little rapport there going. As this offense seeks to improve in spite of losing Danny Longerbeam, who was out today with an injured arm. He'll have an MRI later this week to see where he'll stand. But right now, not in the game today. Kevin Orsini, however, is back for Ruckus after an absence. About the best replacement you could get for this Ruckus team. Oh, you guys got moved to Woodbridge? I didn't know that. I just saw there was a rain out. That's awesome. What's up, Jordan? But no, that's great, John. I'm glad you guys are playing. I always hate when rainouts ruin game days because we all look forward to this one day out of the week. Morning, Scunion. That's the thing. The biggest advantage of turf fields is we're able to play in this kind of weather. We actually get to play in football weather instead of being rained out like we're in baseball, which is always the problem with the grass fields. To be honest, Tyler, I just didn't know that it even happened, that it changed. The last thing I saw was that they were canceled. Fires, end zone to be close. Oh! And it's going to be interference. I thought they headed to the... He sweeped his leg?
I thought he slipped. I thought Brandon slipped.
I thought so, too.
He's not complaining.
So a first down for Ruckus. And honestly, I thought he was. That is Josh Wheeler, Tyler, yes.
He's not complaining at all. He must have, like, put his arm on his shoulder or something. Here's our boys. Here's our boys. What's the score here? 6-0?
6-0. Yep, 6-0. We'll see if what Ruckus can do here. First down and goal at about what looks to be the 7-8 yard line. All those lines are throwing me off. The soccer lines. Snap, Renner going to his right. Renner turning up. Can Steven get in? Yes, he can. Touchdown, Ruckus. Steven Renner on the run. And the game is tied at 6 apiece.
Hey, with all that rain, them flags are going to be hard to pull.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Tyler, this is the best angle I've ever had for flag football.
What's that?
This booth is amazing.
I'm being offensive coordinator today.
If only it was indoors like the Ocean City one last week. That one was ace.
We're on 29 today.
29 today, Brian?
We'll have over 20.
Okay. Excited to see what the Railroaders bring to the table against the program. It's going to be a very physical ball game, I can imagine.
Yes.
I'm excited for that one. If only I can be on the field for it. Extra point up, and it is good. And Ruckus with a lead as Brian leaves the booth. Bye, Brian. Smothers leaving the booth as well. Good luck today, gentlemen. Railroaders taking on the program at 10:30. Tyler, if you're there, feel free to type the score, bro. I'm going to adjust the angles real quick to set this up. Broadax up to 35. We're going to focus. See you soon. Bet. Snap, Clancy throws to Loman. And there was a hold there, and I believe they will call it. Ruckus number 5 in the power rankings. A disappointing first month. They came out, got blasted by ADR the first week. Did I space out the wrong name? I don't know, I spaced out. I'm out of it. Huh. I've been misreading a lot today. I'm just so going. Clancy throws complete. And a pull immediately. But I believe it's going to be down there at about the 41. So wet up here. Rain's steady. Supposed to be all day. No sign of it stopping at all. Clancy in the gun, takes the snap, low. Rush coming, and I got him! Coates on the sack. And the question about Ruckus' D-line is, are they aggressive enough? And that time they showed they were as they got through Broadax and Coates came in on the sack on Clancy. Snap. Clancy rolling way out. He's going to throw it downfield as somebody does best. Complete. And intercepted. And the flag pulled. And Clancy, his mobility is his strong point. But that time he threw it up and it was picked off. And Ruckus taking over, and what a quarter that Ruckus is turning in right now. We mentioned a very rough first month for Ruckus. They were blasted by ADR. They had an ugly game against the Warriors. And they went on to lose to the program for the first time in 3 years. However, so far so good. Whereas Broadax's slide is continuing from last week's game against ADR. And when I say last week, I mean 3 weeks ago. Clancy and Tom, on the other hand, along with the rest of Tivis, along with Tivis and the rest of the Bullets who play for ADR, Broadax. Sorry, I'm way out of it. I gotta wake the hell up. We're in Ocean City last week, successful, and play with a record of 4-1 overall. Unfortunately, unable to capture the championship. As we start the second quarter, they fell just short to Delaney's. That final was 17-13. Renner in the gun with Will Bray in the backfield. Snap. Hand off to Bray. Will, with one of the better cuts in the league in terms of running backs. Turns up and gets a good amount of yards. Ruckus, meanwhile, last week, for the most part, was split up. A few of their players were playing for the Raiders. Danny Longerbeam ended up on Adrenaline Rush. A combined 1-5 between them. Raiders 1-2, ADR 0-3. Snap. Renner throws it up to B. Mike. Got it! Touchdown, Ruckus! And Ruckus takes a 13-6 lead. Renner finds B. Mike. And twice today, they have scored on this Broadax defense. And the score is now 13-6 Ruckus. And we talked about it on Blunt Talk the other day. Ruckus has never beat Broadax. They are 0-15 all time, dating back to 2014. Extra point, it's a fake. And he's going to throw it up, intercepted, and that might have been a mistake. Oh, Oof. I don't know about going for the fake there. I really don't. You don't? Was it a bad snap? Okay, I couldn't tell from here. That's what threw me off. It looked like almost a designed one to me from this perspective. My bad. That's so bad. Oh, man. So Ruckus fails on the extra point, 13-6. Ripper went out there and everything. They were trying to keep that alive. But that almost just backfired. That rain, wonder if it'll factor in. So far it hasn't for Ruckus. As I try to update the scoreboard. Clancy takes the snap, fires toward the side, and complete. Savage came up at the last second. He had to pick on the last drive. (13-6) Ruckus. As we go to adjust. Snap, Clancy. Running. Throws it up. Incomplete. Third down coming up for Broadaxe. We mentioned Ruckus's 0-15 record against Broadaxe. It's something that's not quite an anomaly. The program is also winless, as is Warriors and Railroaders. I think Ruckus just happens to have the most losses between all of them against Broadaxe, as they've met every season since 2014. Snap, Clancy rolls to his right, throws incomplete. The only current season league teams who have beaten Broadaxe are Red Knights, who had last done it in 2014, and ADR, who did it as recent as last week and hasn't lost to Broadaxe since 2017. Broadaxe for a while had that dominant streak. We wondered if this season could be a reemergence of that, but right now it's not looking too good. But we are early in this game, and we are early in the season. As I always say, it more matters what happens in June than what goes on in May. But a win like this can be a big confidence booster for Ruckus, who's been long cursed. A lot of Ruckus players were also on the Ducks and Survivors who couldn't beat them either. Low snap, Clancy got off the ground. Throws quick, almost intercepted. And Ruckus' offense will take the field. There was a pick after the Ruckus first drive, yeah, Ashley. Ron picked off Kevin. Second quarter, as Ruckus will take over as they try to figure out where. 25, 30. 35-yard line. Be a way different game if it was, I will say that much. Snap, runner going to his left. They got him! Ooh! Runner took a hard landing down. Oh, y'all camera up here? Awesome.
I didn't know if you was checking. You would record our game either or not.
Yeah, I got this one up here, but I could give it a shot.
Huh.
I was gonna live stream y'all's game.
All right.
If I can get somebody to help me up here, though, we can try to work that out. Yeah, I'll see if I got anybody around. Make second down coming up for Ruckus after the major loss. Bit of a breeze coming through right now. High snap. Renner just gets it off to Will Bray. Returns upfield. Will Bray pulled down. Third and 2 sticks now. I always love it when people watch the streams while they're at work. It's excellent to hear that. Snap, Renner steps up, and they got him! Big Mike with the sack! And Ruckus will punt as that drive stagnates. And so after another stop by Ruckus, Broadaxe's defense responds. And the only way it can with a big time stop. And now Rupert will punt. Ooh, nice boot. Yeah, they're going to down it. Oh, he bobbled it. Where at, though? The 1? That's way back there. So Broadaxe will start this drive way back. Can't quite pinpoint a spot. Looks like to be about the 9-yard line, 10-yard line. So first and 11 for Broadaxe. Snap, throws it quick and down. Second down coming up. And a dead ball as the ball is snapped and hit the ground. Where's it going to be marked at? We're going to get as close as we can. Yeah, it's 13-6. Yeah, they're up. Way back in the end zone now is Clancy. With this rain here, anything can happen. Snap, rush coming, Clancy rolling out. Taken off. The mobility of Clancy as he lost the ball only to get it back. And I believe that's a first down for Broadaxe. And we talked about the mobility that Renner had earlier. Clancy showing off his. And it worked out big time for Broadaxe as they get a first down after being pinned right in their own end zone. Snap. Clancy rolls to his right. Throws it up. Complete. Two minutes. After the first down, snap, Clancy throws complete. And they missed the pull. And Broadaxe has an injury. So we'll put this down for a moment while he gets attention. Put this down while he gets attention to update you on the schedule for today. The second game coming up will be the Brunswick Railroaders, who you can see there on the sideline, getting ready to take on the program, who is nowhere in sight. That'll be followed up immediately after by Program Warriors, and then ADR Warriors. And then finally to close the day, the game of the week, ADR Knights. I got the stabilizer, sir. I'm just not as awake as I need to be. And it should be encroachment if anything. Yep, encroachment on Ruckus. That's the right call. Minute 44 to go in this 13 to 6 game. Snap, Clancy's going to run straight to his right. Third down. .112 remaining here in the second quarter. The score 13 to 6, Ruckus. Snap, Clancy. Throws complete. No, incomplete. Oh, I thought he had it. Wow. It was in the right place, too. Right there for him to catch it. There was great coverage by Ruckus on top of it, but Clancy put it in a good position. So you try to thread it in there between the sideline and the players. So fourth down coming up for Broadaxe. Broadaxe has to get to that cone over there, right behind the safety. Snap, Clancy.
All day.
Gonna take off. He's gonna throw.
Good catch. Good catch.
Got it. First down, Broadaxe. 30 seconds remaining. Yeah. Snap. Clancy fires it up through the post. It's good if it was a field goal, but incomplete for the pass. Snap. Clancy stepping up, throws. Incomplete. Third down coming for Broadaxe. Trailing by 7 before half. Remember, Ruckus will get the ball to start the second half. So this is a very crucial drive for both teams. A score here for Broadaxe would tie it up just before half, if not give them the lead, depending on what they decide. And for Ruckus, a stop here and a score in the opening of the next drive could be very big in putting pressure on Broadaxe for the remainder of this game to try to rally back. Snap. Clancy throws. Incomplete. Close to being picked off. So fourth down coming. I don't think they have a kicker. Yeah, they didn't have a kicker. But honestly, it's these late drives that is where Clancy does best. So let's see what he does here. These late downs is where he really shines. Snap. Clancy throws it up. Incomplete. And the Ruckus defense gets a stop. And that is halftime, where the score is Ruckus 13, Broadaxe 6. I'm just going to put the camera down for a moment. Just enough to relax for a second and talk about the schedule for today. But first, a recap of Keystone yesterday. It was the 9 a.m. game that the Gators defeated the Browns 18-12 in double overtime. The Gators have a late rally after it seemed like the Browns were about to win. It was then the second game, as we're taking a little break from the broadcast. Nothing's going on. It was then in the second game that the X-Dogs defeated the Gators 35-0. Absolutely one-sided beatdown, but the Dogs weren't ready for the next battle as they took on the Immortals, and for the first time in league play, fell 14-7. 14 points, the most points X-Dogs have ever allowed in Keystone play. 7 points, the least amount they've scored in league play. And one loss to boot, their first loss in the history of league play for them in Keystone. So Immortals victorious over the X-Dogs. Big time upset over up there. Their playoffs start in a few weeks. We'll try to have coverage of that on Blunt Talk this week. And we're getting a word from the Immortals. And in the final game, it was the Killer Bees victorious over the Spartans, 23-0. Right now, Ruckus, as you see, down there huddling, is currently up 13-6 on Broad Axe. Coming up next, it'll be Railroaders Program, followed by Program Warriors, Warriors ADR, and ADR Knights, as the second half is about to begin. And I'm grabbing a quick drink. See if Ruckus can finish. 1 second, just grabbing a quick drink. And we are back. Second half of Ruckus Broad Axe, starting from the 35. Snap Renner. He's going to throw it up. Intercepted. Flag pulled immediately, but a big pick for Broad Axe. And Renner with a turnover at the worst time. Saw what the intention was, but the execution was not there. And so Broad Axe will immediately take over. Only 6 points in the first half, all on the first drive. Since then, Broad Axe had an opportunity to get down there. They drove 95 yards down the field after being backed up in their own end zone at one point. However, they were just short before half, and thus we still sit in this 13-6 score. Clancy takes a snap, rush coming. They got him! And Coates with another sack on Clancy. Coates really stepping it up at the end in this game. You have to wonder, that short frame, a big advantage against taller linemen. It's been effective today. He's got 2 sacks. Snap, Clancy. Roll, looks to his right, incomplete. Almost had him. Third down coming up. And they have to get to the 20. They're currently sitting at about the 38, so it's the 3rd and 18 for Broad Axe. Third and 18. Snap, Clancy. Throws complete and pulled down. So it'll be 4th down at about 10. You see the 2 markers. The blue line is not official, just so you know. It's the two white lines you got to look for. To your right, the line of scrimmage. And your left, close by the first down marker. 10 yards away. So 4th and 10 for Broad Axe coming up. Snap, Clancy. Rush coming. And Clancy taking off again. Oh. And a flag are being called on Clancy as him and Dehaney are having some words. And I think Don Brown is about to penalize Dehaney for coming off the sideline. We're about to see what Don does. He threw his hat off. He might like the fire, but I'll see what Don does. Don trying to, maybe he's going to give him a warning. So flag guard on him. And I want to say they penalized Dehaney for coming off the sideline. So it's a personal foul on both sides. I just heard Don Brown tell Danny Longerbeam that. So 4th down. No? Okay. So it's their ball either way, according to Don. Okay. I was wondering about that. I thought personal fouls for both sides meant offsetting penalties, but I guess the turnover was enforced either way. So it's Ruckus ball. I hear Don down there saying offsetting penalties. So Ruckus with the ball back at about the 41. With a 13-6 lead. Thanks for confirming, Tyler. Edwards in motion. Handoff from Renner, and that just did not go very far. If anywhere at all. So they rolled a dead ball? Okay, that makes sense. Just making sure. So Ruckus backed out to the 37 now. 23 yards to go. Snap, runner. Throws complete. Dehaney still going. All the way. Touchdown. Ruckus. And what a score. 19-6 for the Orange. So 19-6 Ruckus with the extra point pending. Kick is up and it's good. And the score is now 20-6 in favor of Ruckus. Yes, sir. Good stuff out there, fellas. I give props to Ruckus. What a game they put together so far. 20-6 lead on this Broadaxe team. This offense has had its struggles. 18 was its highest mark against the Warriors, but 20 against Broadaxe is a little more impressive. Fires deep downfield, incomplete. And he had a step on his man. That could have easily been 6. What's up, bro? Should take a look at the Brunswick sideline, warming up for the game against the program. The program is still nowhere to be seen. I have not seen a single member of their team yet. Seems Brunswick a little more ready for the elements. Incomplete. Third down coming up for Broadaxe. Hey! Snap. Goes out complete. And a first down, and they want a holding call. Nope, Don's going to call flag guard. He was signaling something, but seems like they're right where they were. Sean Kendall was getting very upset for a second, so I thought Don was calling the penalty, and he did gesture something there. So no penalty called. Clancy in the gun. 5 wide or 4 wide, 1 tight. Rolling out is Clancy. Doing what he does best, throws it off complete. So it's the escapability alone. You think you have him, but he just gets out. And Ruckus have gotten him a few times today, but more often than not, he's burned him with his legs. But overall, Ruckus has had an excellent defensive game plan against Clancy in this Broadaxe attack. And it's resulted in a 2-touchdown lead here in the third quarter, which is the most amount of points Ruckus has ever led Broadaxe by. Previously the margin, not sure what the previous margin was. Snap, Clancy just got it. Plenty of time. Throws a little to Big Mike complete. Big Mike still going. Big Mike on his way down the sideline. And a first down for Broadaxe. And the last time they got down here, they were stopped by Ruckus. Let's see if Ruckus can get another stop here.
What's the time?
1:35 left in the third. Broadaxe gonna have 4 attempts down here. Last time Ruckus got the stop. Let's see if they can get it again. Snap. Clancy rolling to his left. They missed the pool, but then finally get him at the 2. Ah! I don't know how loud that came through, but I heard it. Quite the shriek there by Clancy. At least that's who I thought it was who said it. Second down and goal. Three wide on one side. Trips and a tight end on that right side. One lone receiver down here. Snap. Clancy rolls out to his right. Incomplete. Third down. Sounded like Ron. That was, it might have been, I don't know. I heard it. It was, I don't know who it came from. It's funny as hell, though. Somebody's got to get a recording of that. As the quarter ends, so at the end of the third quarter, start of the fourth, Ruckus leads Broadaxe 20-6 on this opening game. You see the Railroaders practicing and warming up again, and the program still nowhere to be found. Well, they'll roll up. We'll see. Hopefully the program arrives soon. Ron thought he was about to get the crack back. Nice. I can see it. Oh, Ron. So third down for Broadaxe. Third down, Clancy going to his right. He's going to fire to the left of the end zone. Incomplete. Fourth down coming. So here we go. A stop here for Ruckus would be big. They have an opportunity to get the ball back and run a lot of clock down. At this point of the game, you just want to get out of here. You have a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter. If you get a stop here, try to get a nice, long, sustained drive. And make sure that Clancy and Broadaxe don't have enough time to come back. So fourth down coming up. And while Clancy has gotten victories here and there against Ruckus's defense, he has not been able to seal the deal since the first quarter. Can he do it here? Clancy throws it up. Incomplete. And I think the refs are having a conference call. It was incomplete. And it's a penalty on Ruckus. So Broadax have another shot. Man in motion. Clancy going to his right. Clancy cutting in. Got it. Touchdown, Broadax. And the score is now 20-12. So that time, Clancy wins the drive. And Broadax pulls it at 8. And it's a question of, do they go for an extra point or two? It's like Tom signaling. Trying to see where they're marking it at for this 2-point conversion. Looks to be at the 7. The line's throwing me off from this angle. Yep, it's 2. So the 2-point conversion coming up to make it a 6-point game. Clancy throws to the back of the end zone. Incomplete. His hands came up with it, but his feet could not. As finally, we see some members of the program are arriving. They will take on the Railroaders following this game. So Ruckus takes back over. So we adjust the scoreboard. Yeah, it's a lot easier being on the field. If the rain stops, I'll try to head back on the field for one of the later games. I do like this angle, though. I really do. So we zoom in. Handoff. Ray cutting inside. Short, very short game. Eight-point lead for Ruckus. Speaking of the rain, it is stopping. I will say that. There is no rain right now. Might be a little drop here and there, but sticking my hand out right now, I don't feel any. So I'm going to move around a little bit. I might be careful on those bleachers. But let me film this drive. And off again. And a nice gain for a first down for Ruckus. And we're going to swap out and try to stand along the bleachers. The rain has stopped, as I mentioned. Perfect. So the rain has stopped. I'm stepping outside now. Man in motion, and that was bad. Ooh. He went in motion, and it almost hit both of them, but not in the places they needed to be. That was just ugly. Oof. Renner throws low. B. Mike cutting up. Short of the first down still. Third down coming. About 11 to go for Ruckus. Six minutes remaining. 20-12 is the score here in the fourth quarter. Ruckus with the lead. Trying to pull off the upset on Broadaxe, which will make for a very interesting start to this month. Snap, Renner going to his left. And they get him. Civis on the pull. Fourth down coming. And Ruckus will punt. And we can stay here for a moment. Trying to head, I'm just going to head back towards the booth, but I think I can get a fair enough angle. Let's see. Anything be blocking it? Not that bad. Fourth down coming. If the rain picks up, I'll definitely go back in. Right now, it's just a little drop here and there. Punt. Oh, he was hit. And it looks like an automatic first, but Roop and the defender are both hurt, but Roop's limping off. And he might have taken one to the face. Oof. We'll turn away. Never like showing injuries. While I turn away, I'll give you an update. It was Breidenauer who came in and got hit. He's walking off now. Rupert and Breidenauer talking it over there. So a first down for Ruckus at the 41. So Rupert ran down by Reinauer. Runner in the gun. Rush coming. And they got him. Runner sacked again. Rudder fakes it to the right, hands off to Will Bray instead. Will Bray gets the first down. Where there's... Are they going to call it a flag? Brian's holding it. Don threw it. And they're going to move it up. Yes, it's going to be a late hit on Broadax. As we move down the bleachers a little bit. Listening in from far away, sounds like they want a lowering the shoulder penalty on Bray, but they're not going to get that. As we are back in the booth. First down for Ruckus at about the 26. And he might have got him off sides. No. Was it a false start? Yep. So a false start on Ruckus sets them back to the 31. But it's still 1st and 11. After the Will Bray run and the late hit penalty, which came after a roughing the punter penalty on Broadax when Ridenauer ran down Rupert. Man in motion. Handoff up the middle. And Coates is pulled down. But there's a penalty flag. And that's going to be against Ruckus. Two minutes. Coach is upset about the flag guard call on him. Coach got to keep cool, though. He doesn't want to get a penalty. Don on that sideline, he's been willing to call anything, as we've seen all season. Snap, Renner. Rush coming, they got him. That was Ridenauer on Renner. And that's going to be 3rd down coming. Brian says 4th, Dodd says 3rd. So I thought it was 3rd, but it's 4th. So Ruckus will punt it. And their defense is going to need one more stop on Clancy. I've already seen one team in orange blow a lead this late in the game this weekend. Hate to see another. So Broadax will have a chance. And Ruckus' best bet is to try to pin them as far back as they can. But as we've already seen, Clancy is able to drive this team at will and whim. Ruckus getting the key stops in the red zone. But Clancy is getting in trouble all game, as we'll start it from the 22. 1:50 remaining. 20-12 is the score, Ruckus. Trying to pull off the upset on Broadax. They've never beaten Broadax. 0-15 all time. Broadax, one of 2 teams Ruckus has never beaten, the other one being Adrenaline Rush in this league. Clancy in the gun. Oh, a bad snap. That's going to hurt. So they're going to mark it right there at about the 17. Actually further back. My bad, I misread the line. That's actually going to be the 14. 13. 14. 14-yard line. 2nd and 2 sticks from about the 14. Roughly 26 yards to go for a first down for Broadax. But a break by Ruckus needed there. And a break they got. You see far away in the white program warming up for the ambience. The Railroaders. We'll have that right after this one. Snap, Clancy to his left. Throws complete. And short of the first down, it'll be third down coming up. Minute 38 remaining. Third down for Broadaxe. 6 yards to go. After the 20-yard completion by Clancy. Snap. Stepping up, Clancy. Throws it up. Intercepted! And the Ruckus offense will take over. And they are about to defeat Broadaxe for the first time ever. It took to their 10th season. But Ruckus may have just finally done it. This is a team who has owned Ruckus since the start. They've come close a few times against Broadaxe. They held an 11-point lead on them a few years ago when they played, so I heard. They faced them off in a championship game. They almost came back to beat them last year at South High. As the handoff goes to Spruce, and he gets a small gain. Timeout, Broadaxe. Otherwise, 0-15. But they're about to get number 1. And with that, the only team that Ruckus has not beat that's currently in this season is ADR. Renner, handoff, Bray. He'll be about 6 yards short of the first. Hearing 45, 35 left. Somewhere on that ballpark. Snap, Renner. He'll pull his own flag. And that's ball game. Ruckus has finally done it. It took 16 games, 10 seasons, and nearly 5 years, but Ruckus has finally defeated Broadaxe. They are victorious 20-12. Congratulations to Ruckus. What a victory for this squad. 2-2 now on the year, and 2-2 is the same record for Broadaxe. We wondered how both sides would come out after the 3-week layoff. And to say I am shocked is saying it the least. Ruckus victorious as we show them walking off the field.
Say 26-7 or 6 or what?
20-12.
It doesn't matter.
The W, the one, they got the one.
No, facts. No. Hey, listen. Every team in this county think we some trash because we lost Scott. Okay? We all right, man. We all right. Good job, bro. Ruckus! Finley! Woo!
And Ruckus celebrates. As we look onto the field, a coin toss happening for Railroaders program. Congratulations once again, Ruckus. Final score 20-12 over Broadaxe. Their first ever win against the Axe. Now 2-2 on the year. Broadaxe also 2-2. We'll see where they end up this week in the power rankings. I'm Joey Blaze, however, signing off. We're the final once again. Ruckus 20, Broadaxe 12. Congratulations to Ruckus on the victory. We'll be right back.